Welcome to the Randumb Show. Inside knowledge on TV, pop culture, and game shows with the executive producer of Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right, Mike Richards. Joined by me, Beth Triffin, the shortest moral compass on podcasts, according to Mike. And now, the Randumb Show.
Beth!
Yay!
It's time for the Randumb Show. Welcome, everyone. I'm Mike Richards, sitting right over there cheering, applauding, thrilled to her very core.
It's me, Beth Triffin.
The moral compass of the podcast.
I'm starting to say Triffon. What do you think about that?
Oh, I like it. It's like Stephen Colbert changing it to the Colbert Report. It's
I
like
know.
a nod to
everyone
doucheism.
already says Triffon.
Do they?
Yeah. So now I'm just deciding to go with it.
I would go with Trippin.
Wait a minute. You know who that is right over there?
Trippin. I would like Trippin.
Ladies and gentlemen, television's very own. Television actually owns him. They have the rights to his body.
It's true.
George Gray is here, everybody, and I've got sound effects and applause.
Hey, woo!
Wow. They sound a little mobbish, don't they?
No.
A little angry.
Well, we're here on the Price is Right set, and that's everybody in the background.
They sound less enthused than actually being on Price is Right.
The other sound that you always know that George is here is when you hear this. Usually popping a beer. So George Gray, welcome back to the podcast. Our favorite.
Thank you
you're
for having
basically
me.
just a part of the podcast at
It's
this point.
fun. I love it.
And what I like is
recurring.
he's a recurring character on the show. And what I like is that he always eats during the podcast because it's during his lunch on Price is Right.
Yes.
So he's multi-talented.
I feel bad for chewing, though. I could try to lean back every time so you don't hear and you don't hear
He
the...
has a good-looking lunch, though.
Yeah.
you don't
Now,
hear all the clinking.
now, do you bring that yourself, or how does that work?
This, you know what? This is actually great. CBS catering department, and it's for nothing. It's I think $3 or something like that. So I get a boneless, skinless breast of chicken and 2 steamed sides of veggies, different every day, delivered to my dressing room, all neatly wrapped, and it's
Perfect.
great.
So you don't have to think about it.
So, but it's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a piece of cake because by the time I got off stage, got into my civvies, normal street clothes, and then went.
Wait, you don't wear bright purple shirts and wildly colored ties normally?
Sometimes, and then by the time I got to the commissary and back and everything, I had like a 10-minute lunch.
Right.
So I just figured it was easier to do that. So it's actually really good and healthy, and it keeps me honest.
And then do you go out for a walk and stretch out between, or what do you do? Do you take a nap?
I do not.
Smoke meth? Like what?
I watch TBS sometimes, like if Seinfeld is on or something.
Very
or
funny.
maybe nice, good catch.
Thank you.
Or the the news channels.
Oh, you don't want to
news
say
channels.
which one?
Well,
You know, it's
I
funny.
watch all 3. I watch CNN, MSNBC, and Fox.
Oh.
What's interesting is
That's well-rounded.
if you say which one you watch, you
I
give away
know.
your political affiliation.
I know you do.
Yeah, if you say I spend the lunchtime watching NPR and
Right.
MSNBC
No.
like, in the back of my Volvo,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
My Greenpeace
I work
sticker
out
on the
to
back.
NPR.
Do you work out to NPR?
Yeah.
I do too. It puts you in a rage, and so it makes you want to like really go big and try to get ripped.
Is CNN sort of neutral,
love it.
though? Because MSNBC
No.
is definitely liberal,
No,
and then
it's
Fox
not.
is definitely conservative.
Yeah,
What's CNN?
CNN is
No longer watched.
yeah, not a
Yeah,
part
no
of the
one watches
equation.
it, right?
Yeah, they don't have an identity. They had gone, I would say, a smidge more liberal. but not bad.
Not bad.
And then Fox is Fox, and then MSNBC is the counterbalance to that. And NPR, I would say, is probably 70%
Yeah,
70%
slants
towards
liberal
the
for sure.
liberal agenda. But making
But
sense
they still
because
do
it's
a good
funded by
job
the
of
government,
yeah.
and the Republicans are going, we should cut funding to NPR. So if I worked at NPR, I would probably be a little slanted towards that side too.
Because that's
Wouldn't
your
you?
job.
Yeah, exactly. It's whatever butters your bread.
Yeah.
Beth Triffon.
Yeah.
Trippin'.
Trippin'.
Beth be trippin'. I like that.
Brings me right back to 6th grade.
Now you don't know this, Beth. Maybe you do. I know you're a woman of the world. You're a woman of culture, of refined taste, of
Okay.
delightfulness. But
Oh.
do you know what today is? Today
Yes, I
is
do.
George Gray's birthday.
Yay!
Wait, applause again.
Oh my God! Super applause.
Yay! Everybody, sit down. Sit. No.
Please,
Oh
please.
wow.
Please.
That is.
Please.
Oh man.
No
it's
more
still
throwing
going.
underpants, please.
Oh, sorry. I'll put
Please.
mine back on. Hey, happy birthday, man.
Thank you very much, brother. Yep. Old enough to drink, and but not old enough for the senior slam quite yet. So
Okay.
I'm stuck in that middle
You
spot.
said in that weird spot. Do you feel like every year is getting better? What are you in your best years? Do you think they're 10 years from now, 10 years ago?
I'm having a good time. Life's good. Life's great. I think as time marches on, things start breaking down. You're like, wait a minute. I can't drink a 24-pack and then 2 hours later not be hungover and then go exactly. You know, like.
Too much fun with that.
Sorry, I'll stop.
Sound effect.
But I mean, come on, you know the march of time, and you don't even have to be old to just start feeling like, whoa, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Well, Beth did actually start singing Old Man Richards on the last podcast, which Jen Bisgrove enjoyed enormously. They were making fun of Man Richards. My dad and I talk about like what are going to be the best years versus, you know, the hardest years versus the most fun years. His favorite decade was 50 to 60.
Really?
He said
Oh,
that
wow.
was the decade because he could still do everything physically that he could when he was 30. Not when 19 is different. 19, you can't be stopped. But you hit late 20s, 30s, you know, you are, and then you're 50. He felt very similar. But the difference was he had the confidence of knowing who he was. He had the resources to do the things he wanted to do and the brain to be able to pull it off. And he loved 50 to 60. He's now 66 and he says, this is a little tougher because you're looking at the next decade and you're 76. And stuff does legitimately start to break down at that point. And you're looking at you're a lot closer to the end as opposed to at 50 you're just in your prime.
It's no party when
wow.
things stop
Think
working.
about that.
No, it's not. Yeah, I kind of think that I think the 40s are going to be good. I'm looking forward to the 40s. I haven't hit them yet, but I'm close. I'm narrowing in, but I feel
How close are we talking here?
I'm a couple years away.
Yeah.
I still have a couple more years.
All right.
And that'll be I think that'll be a big transition for me mentally. It's
It's
weird.
such a big transition for you and your kids because your kids are really going to
Gonna
come
get
into their
old,
own
yeah.
in that decade.
Exactly.
You know, and that's crazy.
My 40s will be all family. Like that will be the
Yeah.
family decade, and I'm going to hit 50, and they will all be gone. Basically.
So maybe that's why it was your dad's favorite decade.
No, he said that. He said that for sure. You know, he didn't have the pressure of worrying about the kids every day, and then he was able to be really good friends with his kids, and so that was all part of it. But I think more than anything, it was he could hit the golf ball as far as he could when he was 30, and he had time to play really well because he wasn't having to work every day like you do when you're 30.
Now, do you see yourself as being like buddies with your sons, or are you going to always be that? Well, I'm your father. Like, what kind of guy are you?
Well, my dad and I are buddies.
You're buddies, yeah, right.
But when I was young, he was my father. Like he was not my buddy when we were younger. He was very much the authority in the family and that kind of thing.
You know what? I think it was the same for me. Is my father was definitely my dad, and like there was hell to pay when he came home and all that stuff. But it seemed like when I was 18, 19, 20, it slowly started to flip.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, my dad, when I turned 21, my dad didn't drink. And I turned 21, and my dad started to drink with me.
That's so funny.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And it was because of his job. He was an airline pilot, and then he was a pilot, so you couldn't drink. You know, I think it's 12 hours throttle to bottle is the saying, and so he couldn't. It was hard to know when he was going to have to fly because it was his business, and if someone called him and he was drinking, that was bad for business because he was the pilot for a long time. But yeah, I think for him it was like, hey, it's okay for me to drink. Like I made it through. My kids are through it, and he's 21, and now he drinks too much. now he won't stop.
And he was the pilot that ran into that parachutist, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recently.
Oh God.
They both lived.
They did. It's amazing. Thank God.
There is so the big pop culture thing I think this week or that I think is cool because you got Bieber being a douchebag in his deposition, so that's not interesting.
What did he do? I don't know.
Was this where he egged his neighbor's house, right? And then
I thought it had something to do with his security guard.
But what did he do that
hitting
was
paparazzi.
douchey in the deposition? Do you know?
I think he was just a douche.
Did you
I think he
watch
was just
it?
Bieber. No, I
Oh,
didn't see it.
he was just extremely despondent, and they'd ask him a question, and he would be like, "Guess what I'm gonna say? I don't recall." You know, he was just like,
really? So being smug
oh
and jerky.
yeah, oh yeah.
Which is so weird. He seems like such a cool guy.
Wow, doesn't he though?
Yeah, so down to earth.
It's so unfortunate that I don't know that he went from like a child with talent to something like that. I feel like it's really sad.
Well, it
Do you
is,
feel
but
like
it
it's
was
sad?
also sadly inevitable.
But you know, because
But like, what are we doing? Like, how did we create that type of person?
I want to go on record right now saying I had nothing to do with
exactly.
creating
Thank you.
anything to do with Bieber. You can when Ursher comes in, we can have him because he helped discover him.
Oh yeah, he kind of plays down the Usher thing too.
He's quieted down on that on that.
It was really sad. I felt bad.
I actually, because we work in the business, and I tend to have a slightly cynical side. What? Is that I was actually looking for the angle, and still am, that he's trying to change, like the Miley Cyrus thing, is trying to, get street cred by literally getting into trouble so that he becomes the bad boy, the grown-up bad boy. But
So it's like a
which
stunt.
is like when he got busted for drinking and driving and all that stuff.
And racing his Lamborghini.
He had only had one beer. He didn't even like register in the limit, like, so he was having a Fresca, with a dash of vodka in it.
Had a Zima.
And his resisting arrest was like,
Hey, man.
Don't you know who I am?
Hey,
like,
man.
So it
wow,
wasn't
there's some
that
street
bad.
cred, huh? Yeah, what a thug.
Yeah.
So I think he may just be
So it's a
faking it.
publicity stunt.
I
perhaps.
think it may be part of moving his whole image.
Oh, okay.
But do you think that because I think that the age of the thug rapper is somewhat behind us. Like that was kind of a cool thing for a while. I was like, no, I shot you. And I think that now it is a little bit more talent based.
No, I shot you.
No, I shot you.
That's a direct quote
Yeah.
from some
Shit,
rapper.
got blood on my dungarees.
Is this on my polo? So I think that world has kind of ended, and that I think you're right that Miley and Justin are kind of going after that any press is good press thing, but I don't. And for Miley, by the way, it's being backed up by pretty good music. I'm saying pretty good
she's
music.
very talented.
Yeah, well, she has talented producers.
She's got a great. Her voice is really strong, though. I mean, I think.
I don't know.
I enjoy watching her.
No,
All right, go on.
I don't hate her. I don't hate her music.
Yeah.
But see, that's the difference is when Madonna pulled a stunt like that, and Miley Cyrus is literally just following the Madonna playbook. Like literally saying, page 30. Oh, okay. Show your hoo-ha to everyone. Okay. At the the VMAs. Like, okay, page 36. Okay. Got it. She's going to have the coffee table book that's all naked.
German
and,
Shepherds,
Yeah,
that's gonna
it's all
happen.
bad.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's all coming. But she's backing it up the way Madonna did with, at least 2 good songs per album, and that's making her relevant and people caring. I think Bieber's problem was he had the If I Was Your Boyfriend song, which I'm embarrassed to know that I am able to pull that out of my head and didn't do any research for the segment.
How does it go?
If I was your boyfriend. He just whispers.
No way, really?
Well, because he can't sing anymore because his voice changed.
Wow.
Oh.
Because if he does baby now, it's like baby.
That's the only
I
one I
don't
know.
know any of these songs. Okay, cool.
You
I
don't
didn't
know-
really understand. I guess
You don't know
I really
Baby
know anything
Baby?
about Justin Bieber. No.
That song? Biscoff, you have it on your computer somewhere, don't you? Pull that up. So anyway, I think that the problem is he's got no music and now has just created hate and disdain for himself, and until he comes out with a decent song, his street cred of drinking a Zima and racing his Lamborghini isn't really helping him.
My absolute favorite moment in his lifetime is him signing the guest book at the Anne Frank Museum, which you've ever been there. It's a very solemn experience. It's a very powerful experience.
It's hard to wrap your head around where you've been
overwhelming.
and where you've seen
the angst
what you've seen.
and the suffering, the courage, that everything that goes with it. It's a very powerful human experience. And he signs, I bet she would have been a believer.
Oh my god.
I mean, wow.
That's
like
horrendous.
that is like there's a hose and a nozzle on that douchebag. I mean, that is spectacular. That is
Oh
just
my God.
unbelievable.
Justin Bieber, brought to you by Massengill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is super rough.
I
don't
will say
know.
his best quote of the deposition was near the end. They were asking, how instrumental. They didn't use that word, but they were like, "How important was Usher to your career?" And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, he discovered me, but I was detrimental to my own career." And his lawyers go, "Instrumental," and he goes, "Oh, I mean, I was instrumental to my own career." Like
No,
he actually
he had it
wound up
right.
saying that he was detrimental to his own.
I've
career.
been detrimental to my own health.
career.
Well, so Bieber's doing great, and you know what? You need somebody to make fun of if you're doing late night talk shows and stuff like that. So that's perfect. Keith Richards is writing a children's book. Did you see that?
Really?
Yeah,
He's awesome.
Wow.
I love it.
I love him.
Is it called 1 cigarette, 2 cigarette, 3 cigarette more?
No, it's
3 cigarette cancer?
It's called Gus and I think, or something like that.
Oh.
And Gus is his real grandpa, and it's a kind of autobiography. But yeah, it's like about learning the love of the guitar and then how to play the guitar, smoking a cigarette for hours and hours without it actually ashing on the
Oh my
ground.
God, I love him.
He's amazing,
He's
right?
so cool. Yeah, he's awesome.
Wow.
Is that great?
Over
Wow.
the holiday break, my dad had TiVo'd the whatever last concert they did, and I literally he watched it like every night. Their last like Rolling Stones concert. And
I'm not a Stone. Are you a Stones fan, George?
They're not my band, but they're an amazing, amazing band. I
Have you
mean,
seen them
Black,
live?
best song ever.
I have. Which
What?
one do you like?
Painted Black.
I thought you said
you
Men
know
in
what?
Black,
That's-
and I was like, no, that's
That's
Will
actually
Smith.
one of my least favorites of theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm more of a brown sugar kind of guy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
I would
song.
definitely like that.
I don't know one Stone song except for I Can't Get No Satisfaction.
Oh, really?
Great song though.
Good
And
song.
Devo did a nice cover of it too.
Yeah, I've just never been a Stones. It's just the music's never
I like
resonated with me.
I think if Keith Richards died on stage, that it would take 2 or 3 months into the tour before they would know it, because he's just he's green and pasty. We didn't know, had no idea.
It's all on loops
It's
anyway.
amazing how much energy they have. It is insane. Like watching their like live concert. Like I just can't. I don't even think I could.
How much
do-
energy Mick has, but Keith just stands
Yeah,
there.
he just stands there, but he
Let's-
does.
to be
He
fair.
does play the guitar.
Mick Jagger's like 90, isn't he now?
I think probably.
I believe
When
he's-
they
I
yell,
believe he's
"Go, Mick, go!" he goes, "I just did." I love it.
He's crazy.
Like when you look at the
fantastic.
stage, it's like, you know, the lights are hung from like a big steel walker. that
Brought to you by Hoveround.
it really depressed my mom. My mom was like,
Oh my
God damn
God.
it! Why can't I have as much energy as
One of
Mick
them going
Jagger?"
across the stage on a rascal. Wouldn't
That'd
that be
be
great?
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, boop, boop, boop.
I don't know how old they are, but they're in their late 60s. I think they said,
I think they're in their 70s.
are they in their 70s?
Yeah.
I don't. See, I'm just not a Stones. I don't know.
All right.
All right. George.
Yes, sir.
Best birthday you've ever had?
I think this is it. I think
Oh,
we're looking
no,
at it.
yeah.
I think we are currently looking at it.
Wow, that's sad.
Yep.
No, come on. Are you going to have a big party? You're famous for your parties at your house, although I haven't heard of one in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe
well,
I just got taken off the
would-
invite
would've
list because I
thrown
didn't go
one-
often enough.
Oh, honey. I would have thrown this one this last weekend, but I went to Aspen for South by Southwest.
No, you went to Houston.
Austin. You
To
guys-
Austin.
Oh my God.
What- oh, I
What
said
the
Aspen.
F are
Sorry.
you guys
Yeah,
talking
Austin.
about?
Sorry.
Austin.
Yeah.
So you were in.
Oh, my
I was
you were in
Aspen.
Aspen with Drew.
Yeah. Oh, guys, get this. Drew is the most generous guy that you could ever imagine of working with, and chartered a jet, flew myself and the models +1, so you get to take somebody with you, so you got a buddy, to Aspen, spend a week there, finest hotel, great rooms, our own private ski instructor each day.
What?
Great restaurants every night. Oh yeah, unbelievable. So that's true.
Oh my God.
So if you ever could work with Drew, work with Drew.
No, I do. I executive
I'm
produce the
well
show.
speaking to everybody at home.
But I do, and I
You
did
weren't
not go
invited to
to.
this.
I was here working on the show
Oh.
so that he could afford to fly George
Wah,
and the
wah.
models in a private jet to Aspen.
Uh oh. Bitter party of one your table.
No, it's not just me. It's the entire staff.
So yes,
not-
Austin. You're right. I was in Austin.
You were in Austin at South by Southwest. Now,
Yes.
kind of an interesting thing there. We sent we have a backup wheel,
Right.
and
I was wondering.
so we had.
I was wondering what wheel that was.
I just got a feeling of what Beth's like when she's drunk. I was wondering.
It was a little Andy Rooney, wasn't it? Ever notice?
Have you ever noticed? So it was. You remember the movie Jack and Jill, which was a huge hit.
Don't be that way.
Adam
Adam
Sandler was in it,
Yep.
and you were in it, weren't you?
I was in it. Yes.
George Gray was in it. The Price is Right was in it, and the wheel comes off in the movie. I never saw the movie. I don't think anyone did. I think that was part of the problem. I don't think anyone saw it. And so they actually built their own wheel because ours would not swivel off and run over someone, and they wanted to control it. And then they said, "Do you want to keep it after they built it because we have no need for it?"
Oh.
And stupidly,
Is it like an exact replica?
no, I mean it's not it's not legal to spin. Like you couldn't.
Right.
It's not weighted right. But it's other than that, it's
But
exact.
looks-wise.
Yeah, and actually, we did a little work to it before it went to South by Southwest, so it actually spins pretty true. Like
It's heavy
It
and
wouldn't.
stuff.
Yeah, it
It's
wouldn't
heavy.
take much to get it exactly game regulation perfect. So we sent that out there. We sent a youngster named George Gray and someone named Rochelle Reynolds.
Never heard of her.
I can never pronounce her name. It's such a weird
She's really ugly.
inside.
Oh, right.
You're just still mad
Inside.
at her because she eats squirrel.
Oh, right. I forgot.
We got
Oh.
into this debate with Rachel that she eats squirrel and
I
Beth
had a squirrel.
had a pet
as
squirrel
child.
named
She
Nutmeg.
does eat squirrel. No, and I know this is a side note. We'll get back to the story, but her husband Dave, who I have a total bromance with, I love the guy. He's
Yeah, I
one of
kinda
the
love him too. Yeah.
coolest guys on the planet. He came to Aspen with her, so we actually got to hang out, ski by day, party at night, and we were at a cigar bar having a few drinks, and they were talking. He was telling me about how he killed a wild hog with his bare hands.
Oh, Lord.
His
Yeah.
bare hand. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're kidding me. And he was explaining how to do
But
it.
why? Why would you do that?
Because they're dangerous, Beth.
It-
Who do you think would kill Nutmeg? A wild boar.
She works on a farm, though. Do you still work on that farm?
Oh, on
The
Sundays.
farm where you're not allowed to milk cows because it's cruel?
Yeah, Gentle Barn.
Gentle Barn. That sounds like a website that you don't allow your kids to go to. Huh?
Exactly. It's down in Van Nuys. It's next to the Girls.
Gentlemen, welcome to Gentle Barn.
You can pet, just don't ride.
Just don't milk. No, yeah, Gentle Barn, so great. We would never. Nothing dies on
Did
Gentle Barn.
they accept you? Because
Yeah.
didn't you have to apply to get in?
Oh, they totally accepted
They
me.
accepted you.
We
This is
I had
this is
phone
a charity
interview,
that
and
Beth works
the girl
with.
was like, "You are perfect Gentle Barn material."
Because you're insane. And they never called me for a reference.
I know. I'm really upset about that.
So,
because I really
George, were you
wanted
there
them
when we were
to call
talking
you.
about this? That they were going to have.
No, that's right.
They
Yeah.
had to call me
Yeah,
for a
didn't call you.
reference. Like, oh my God, Beth is amazing around animals. We were hunting deer, and she was so humane because she always hit him right between the eyes. There was no
Get 'em down.
flashing around, just bam, done. Because I'll accidentally hit him in a flank, and then they're moving
then I prayed
around.
to Mother Earth and was like, "Gonna eat this." Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah. No. It's really cool. I'm really upset they didn't call you. How did they get the wheel to Austin
So we put it on a truck.
on a truck?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And Local 33, Carlos. Actually,
Carlos was there
to take care of
And
it.
Carlos got rave reviews from all the executives that were there.
Carlos is a knockout. Although
Great guy.
we
Wait,
did
what did Carlos do?
He
take care of the wheel.
took
take
care
care
of the wheel, and we had electronics so that it would.
Wow.
Make sure it's set up. Make sure it's booping and beeping
So
like
how
it
many
needs to.
people came over to spin it?
Well, the funniest part about Carlos is that I had to rib him a little because we all stayed at the Omni and they put him up at the DoubleTree. He was the only one at the DoubleTree. I said,
Is that because he wasn't talent?
no, everybody. I mean, the producers, everybody. Stayed
There was no
at
producers
the
there.
Omni. Well, okay. The VPs,
Yes, the CBS executives.
and the publicists, and
Right.
yeah.
So there were a lot of people though lined up around the place there.
2 hours worth.
2-hour wait
Holy
to get in.
crap!
And what
To spin the wheel?
for those who don't know, what exactly is South by Southwest? Why would it be that the Price is Right wheel is there?
Well, I did not, because I had been to South by, as they call it locally, years ago when it was just a music festival. It was a huge music festival. It was one that like Stevie Ray Vaughan and the likes would play.
So how many years ago was that?
I was there, maybe 12 years ago, something like that. And I didn't even realize it's morphed into something huge, and it's now got an interactive part of it and a tech part of it. And so we were there for, I guess qualifies as the interactive part, and at the convention center.
See, Rachel was a booth babe.
Everybody had booths. Yeah, you had booths.
Yeah.
And so there was actually I didn't bring it down here. I have a picture
Interesting.
because Drew couldn't make it. So there's a cutout picture of Drew, and I took a picture of me
Was that
hugging on Drew.
that couldn't, or was that with a W?
I believe it was. I used a C.
Did you?
I went
Okay.
to Aspen, so you use whatever letter you want.
He told CBS, no, I don't know. He's been very busy because he's got Dancing with the Stars, so he couldn't go out of town because he's dancing.
Actually,
that's
this
the
is a
truth.
true story.
Yeah.
When I was flying out, I flew out of Burbank.
I've heard of it.
And beautiful downtown Burbank.
Yeah.
So they called for the plane to be loaded, and they go, first class passengers, and I look over, and I see Drew walking up, and so like I put my head down and barged in front of him. Excuse me, first class coming through, and got in front of him, and we both laughed. And I said, "Oh, where you going?" "Oh, I'm going to Phoenix." I was going to Austin. We sat next to each other. Totally.
Come on.
Yeah, booked by totally different people, totally different things. And yet we sat next to each other on the plane. And Cheryl, his Dancing with the Stars partner, was on with him. He was going to land in Phoenix, go to a rehearsal studio, dance all day, do stand-up
Oh,
at
my
night,
goodness.
then dance after that, wake up and repeat. And then
Wow.
come back here. So he's been
Wow.
a busy
No,
boy.
he's
This dance
been-
thing's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're in the convention center
There,
at South by Southwest. There you are.
Yep.
What is around you? Because I just saw pictures of our booth.
Germany had a booth.
Yeah, just
The
for the
country?
whole country.
Germany had a booth. Interestingly, it was next to a booth that I saw that was from Poland, but after lunch I did not see that second booth.
Wow, it'd been
Just a larger
Jesus.
German booth.
wow.
We're back. So they were there, and
There's a Ukraine-Russia joke in there, but it's going to take too long to get to it.
You get to Crimea, exactly.
Crimea River.
What kind of food was at the
Wait.
convention
No, I want to
center?
know who else is in the convention hall. It was all
Germany.
vegan.
It was all Germany. Okay,
You know what?
get over it.
Honestly, it was so busy, and we literally hit the ground running that Rachel and I were escorted in. There was already a crowd wrapped around the booth, and we got next to the wheel. Everybody cheered. I said, "Hi, everybody. This is going to be great," and we launched in. And so, really, I didn't even notice that booth of Germany's until about an hour and a half into it, and there was one across from us that had different ones. I never had a chance to read it. It was run and gun. We were going.
Wow. And so people waited in line, came up, spun the wheel, got their picture taken with you and
Yeah,
Rachel.
it was the line was so long. They actually, and the staff is obviously built for large crowds to be in the convention center. They built like a Disney line that snaked and snaked and snaked
my God.
Because there's
because
that many people.
it was going down the run and blocking other booths and
was it everything people wanted it to be when they got up there, and there was a lot of happiness?
What we did is when people got up, I said that if they wanted to take a picture before the wheel, we could do that. And then I said if they wanted to put on video and gave me their last name, that I would give them a come on down.
so
Everybody that was
cool.
online would cheer, and that they would come into frame and then go over to the wheel, and we'd do the whole thing. So we did a whole bunch of those.
That's so cool.
And how many hours did you do that?
Well, we were supposed to do it for 2, but after 2 hours, there was still probably 75 people that were waiting in line that had been waiting in line all that time. And so my plane didn't leave for like another hour and a half after Rachel's. So I told everybody, I said, look, Rachel's got to go. I can stay for a little bit, but you're the last person. And then everybody after you, we won't be here.
Yeah.
And so, and then I was able to stay a little bit after that
Oh,
even.
that's
And so-
nice.
Because you don't want people to wait
No,
all that
that
time.
sucks.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to watch The View now.
Yeah.
Barbara Walters would never do this to me at South by Southwest. And what kind of a crowd is it
Yeah,
there?
are there any weirdos?
You know what? We actually had a girl, Brandy and I. Brandy saw a tweet and lived 2.5 hours away and drove in with her boyfriend. What a good guy. Came in all the way,
son
and
of a
she
bitch.
was
Damn it,
literally the
Brandy.
whole time waiting in line. We watched her, and she was shaking. She was shaking, saying it was her life's dream to spin the wheel, and she was just. E was there. There was a bunch of television coverage. Everybody was interviewing her because she was just beside herself. So we had the whole audience give her, the whole
that's
line,
awesome.
give her a proper cheer and a come on down and everything.
And
she went over.
did you?
Yeah, she went over $1. Oh, and then you know what? If somebody hit $1, what I did is I was like, wait a minute, let's make it like it really is. So I would roll it back to the 5, and then say if you get between 5 and 15, it's 10,000 fake dollars, and the dollar is 25,000 fake dollars, and then if
People
you,
get it?
one woman hit $1 and then hit the dollar. So she,
Oh, wow.
So she would have won 25K.
That's
So we told her to
insane.
go buy a scratch-off lottery ticket that
Right
day.
away.
Yeah, immediately.
So, and then did you get to see other parts of South by Southwest? It sounds like you were only there for 4 hours at your booth.
I was there and gone. Yeah.
So were you there Saturday night?
No pee break, no nothing. I got in Friday night because
So what did you do Saturday?
because I was looking at getting in late Saturday and then getting up early Sunday, and I said I'd rather go on Friday and just have the day.
So what'd you do in
so-
Austin?
So Saturday night there was a
That was hilarious.
yeah, nice. So Saturday, don't you have the button for the beer thing?
Oh,
It's like-
hang on, I gotta reboot the iPad.
Come on, that was
Okay.
the perfect time for it.
What was he gonna do? He's gonna have a beer.
That was an ominous beer.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you had a beer.
Yeah, now. Gonna have a lager. So there was a party. CW and BuzzFeed was throwing,
And that's where you ran into a youngster named Wayne Brady.
and that's where I ran into a youngster named Wayne Brady and
right.
Jonathan. Yes,
All
Jonathan
right.
Mangum. Yep.
Shows are so connected.
It's amazing.
That's how it happens. They were, and basically the night was built around them, and they were leaving immediately. They went in, they kissed hands, shook babies, and got out.
Right.
Did you see
that
any
was it.
good booth babes there besides Rachel?
I like to think of myself as the eye candy of the show.
I do too. I agree.
It's why I'm here.
Did Germany have like a good
Yeah, Heidi Klum was
booth
there.
babe? Yeah.
Duh.
I did not. I didn't get around the floor, and we were actually when you walk in the door, we were immediately to the right. So we didn't even walk past any booths. I
anything.
saw nothing. I saw nothing.
I saw nothing. And then you flew out Sunday night, came right back
yeah,
here, got in
actually,
late.
I went up. I ran it up to the line as much as I could, and then went back to the hotel. Had a quick cocktail. Had to.
I'm going to
Had
hit the
to.
button again, but I think people are over the button. So if you kick me one more time, Beth, I'm going to Beth's been kicking me under the table the
In your
entire time.
space. All right, go on.
So I had a quick Guinness, and then I had about 15 minutes to pack, and then ran out the door.
Wow.
That was good.
Good times.
Yeah, it was good.
That's fun. I mean, it's a cool place for the Price is Right
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
awesome.
It was great. Yeah, I mean, when they asked me if I wanted to go, I was flattered, and I'm glad I could. I think we've talked about this that it's there's so many fans of the show, and you're in Hollywood, they're out in America, and it's great to actually get to meet, interact, connect, because it's a family. People watch every day, and they think of you as family. So it's great to actually get to shake those people's hands and just say thank you
And kiss their babies.
and kiss their babies. Exactly.
Did anybody say anything weird to you or Rachel?
Yes. Yes, I would say the weirdest thing is one woman, very nice, waited in line a long time, and then came up, and everybody, like, at one point got into the rhythm of everybody was doing videos, and only a few people were like, well, I don't want a video, I just want to do camera, I don't like myself on video. So,
that's
and
almost
the
sweet.
handler standing right there.
Beth,
so
well, you just said something that just blew Beth's mind.
what?
Someone not liking themselves on video because
This makes me
She's
sad for
videoing
them.
herself right now.
Beth is always videoing herself, or in her mind she is. It's the greatest love of all, and
I
it's
would be
happening
willing to
inside
buy
of her.
some of those tapes.
Oh, thanks, George.
So,
That just
like, tonight, she's going to figure that out.
yeah.
Tonight. She's going to wait a minute.
I shouldn't be. Okay.
All right. Anywho, so let's see. Where was
Beth
I?
is 5.
I was somewhere. I was somewhere. Where was I?
Weirdest thing woman
Oh,
said to you.
whoa. So okay, you're next. And said, "Oh, where's your camera?" She said, "No." She was just like waving her hand. She's like, "No. I don't get photographed. I don't get photographed."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Okay, all right, fine." So the woman helping us out was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." I'm like, "You sure you don't want to take a picture?" And then so she goes over to spin the wheel and like didn't want to stand next to Rachel and I or anything. Like
I don't
she
blame her
like
for that.
kind of walked back quickly and then spun the wheel, and then so the CBS photographer took a couple of pictures and she covered her face, which I thought was strange. And then she said, "Okay, now I'm done. I've spun the wheel, so now I can come over and say hi to you." And she came over and said hi, and I said, "It's really nice to meet you." And I stuck my hand out. She says, "Oh, no, I do not shake hands." and I just went, "Okay," and I kind of did the air hug. I went, "Okay, really nice to meet you." Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah. That was so.
I feel like she could be a criminal if she doesn't shake
No,
hands,
you know what?
doesn't have fingerprints anywhere, and covers her face in pictures.
Odd.
That is odd.
Fun.
That's good.
That's okay. I don't blame her for not shaking your hand. You guys
I don't
were,
blame her either.
You guys were like a petri dish to me at that point. Like I cannot think of anything worse than after. How many people do you think you went through? 300? Sounds
What
like.
do we talk? Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
the,
No, not Saturday.
Wow.
Not Saturday night.
Wow, this is the view.
I'm Joy Beha.
I'm Baba Waba. Gosh, I don't know.
Be
know what I
Whoopi.
am.
Be Whoopi.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Wow. That was great.
No, you're more Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Yeah, right.
So, and did any guy say anything inappropriate to Rachel? Because occasionally we'll hear someone on the show say,
Really?
not something like purposely foul, but like trying to be funny or trying to be cool, or it's just beyond the line of does she come with the prize? That we hear a lot
Oh,
of.
yeah.
It's like,
Well,
dude.
I was
Gross.
paying her a compliment. We were hanging out.
No, she never hears those.
Having a beverage. Oh no, we were having breakfast actually with Angelica, the
Ooh, a
president
meal.
of daytime, and VP, and so we're all hanging out. And I said, Rachel is that perfect mix of she's this Southern woman. She's got the charm. She's let the men be the men, and social graces and all this. But she will take no crap off anybody, and she will let you know. And she's that perfect mix, and she does it politely, and she does it with grace and style. It's not in your face. She's very old school, but you don't mess with her. As, you know.
Yeah. No. I mean,
I love it.
It's never been that someone that she has been able to defend herself or that the other models have, but I just see guys start to make moves that are just bad. Not gross.
Rachel would let him know. Now, Manuela would probably let him know earlier.
Yeah. Oh, no. Vamos
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, that would probably be bad. You know what it's time for now?
Oh, yes.
What?
It's time for everyone's favorite part of the show.
Really?
The end. No, it's time for the best story ever told.
Yay! This is this just
Ever told.
Okay.
Ever told.
This just happened to me like 2 hours
Ever
ago.
told.
So what happened was, well, okay. So I feel like I had a very like Hollywood moment today, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, is it like horrible to live in LA where people are fake and you have to like be tan and stuff?" And I'm like, "No,
Because if
I'm
there's one
not.
thing Beth's not, it's tan.
And I'm always like, "No, you really find."
Like, have you seen the sun?
Yes, this is my natural princess skin.
All right.
So anyway, and I'm like, no, you really do find the people that you're meant to find, and you find good friends and really honest, lovely people, and I feel like very happy
Thanks,
you
Beth.
found those people.
Thank you. You're talking
welcome,
about
Mike. Sure, yes, I can include you in that. Anyway, so I go to the dermatologist this morning, and it's over a dumb issue. It's a weird reaction I had to
What's the
a
issue?
cream. I had a weird reaction to a cream.
A cream? What kind? Was it a salve or a cream?
Yeah, it was-
What kind
yeah,
of salve were you using and where?
It was like really basic. It's not Cetaphil, but it's CeraVe or something like that. And I used their cream, and I like totally got this rash. Whatever. Point was, I went to the dermatologist. Okay, and then once we figured out,
George and I.
Am I the only one a little turned on right now? I mean,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Bisco's not. And I know I'm not.
so there I was, all warty and rashy.
so once we figured out
when
the
did
cream,
Carrie move to town?
he moves the 24th.
So he hasn't moved yet.
No, not yet.
So you better get rid of that rash before he
That's
comes.
settled right
Yeah.
now.
Better double that salve.
So once that's done, the woman goes, she's writing out my prescription and all that stuff, and she just goes, "Do you grind your teeth?" And I was like, "No."
I do.
And she was like, "Okay," and just continued to write the prescription. So I was sitting there just being like, "Let it go, let it go." And then I was like, "Oh."
You're like, nope, I'm Beth. I can't let it
gotta
go.
know. Why do you ask? And she goes, "I just was wondering, you have a very I just was wondering if you grind your teeth or clench your jaw." And I was like, "Well, you know what? I actually do clench my jaw a lot. I'm very tense, and I'm very nervous like all the time." And she was just like, "Okay, yeah, I can see that." And I was like, "Well, why? Like, why?" And she was like, "You have a very prominent jawline. It's wide. Your jaw is wide." And I was just like,
That's unfair. I think you have a very handsome jaw.
"Thank you."
personally.
And so
Don't you agree?
I
think so.
said, "Okay." And then she stopped again, and I just was like,
She's like, oh, yeah, you have a wide
"You
jaw.
have a wide jaw. See ya." Like, whatever. And so I'm like, "Okay, just stop, Beth. Just stop." And I'm like, "All right, well, what do you think about it? Like, is it bad?" And she goes, "No, it's not bad. It's just the way that you are. But I'm just saying, do you see here in your temples that it's gone a little concave because you have a strong cheekbone and a strong jaw? So in between your forehead, your temple, and in between your cheekbone and your jawbone, you've gone concave here. You've lost your fat."
Oh, with the flattery.
You've lost your face fat here, and I'm just saying that if you ever wanted to, do some fat implants
No!
in your concave areas,
That might
we
help.
do that. And I was just like, "Oh my God." And she was like, "It's fine. It looks fine."
That's how they get you.
looks
They make
fine,
you
yeah.
insecure.
She
Did
was
she
like-
also finish up with, now, do you ever go jogging without a bra?
Yeah,
Because
this is
I mean,
like,
just asking.
No, I'm
if
just
this is the way God made you, then
Just
fine.
asking.
But
No, I think it's normal to have your nipples below your waist. But if you don't like that,
if you don't. And she was like, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess that's good to know." And she goes, "Yeah, just go home, take a look at it, and, whatever. But, whatever." And I was just like,
Wow.
"Oh my God." Like,
Wow.
and she was like, "But you're young. You're young. You don't need to think about it yet." And I was like, "Then why did you just tell me about all my concave face?"
That's how they get you.
Is
You're going to
that
fix
what-
it, aren't you?
No,
You're going to
I'm
fix the
not.
perceived problem now.
You know what's so funny is out of all the things, I've never thought about my concave sections of my face.
What else have you thought about?
Oh my god, you think
Getting
about
rid of that rash.
everything. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this rash.
That rash is
Gotta
not
get
going to
a
get rid of
sports
itself.
bra. I mean, I've got
There was
like
that time when you weighed 190 pounds in college.
There was that time where I was fat.
and you were going to be a Huskadoo.
A Huskadoo.
Yeah, that's what she just decided at one point that in college she was like,
Okay, I had a thyroid problem, George, in college. Shut up,
Were you-
Mike.
were you-
I swear to God, shut up.
Were you big?
her and Oprah.
I was about
She
15
was a
pounds bigger than
Huskadoo.
I am now.
15?
Yeah.
But you're.
But I'm 5'1".
How tall are you?
5'1".
5'1".
Yeah.
So you weigh.
She's 4'10", let's be
I
honest.
weigh
You
like
weigh 90.
No, I weigh like 105.
See
or
how I
something
did it?
like
See
Good
that.
how- now
job,
she's
buddy.
thinking,
What do you weigh? 73 pounds?
Yeah. You always shoot low. They say, oh, maybe so I'm fat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not too fat because you don't have any in your cheekbones,
Right. I mean,
obviously.
I know my face, but no. And so I had this thyroid problem. I gained, unfortunately, between 15 and 20 pounds, and I was just one of those like short, chubby people with big boobs, and I just kind of thought that would be my lot in life. I really did. I spent about 2 months being miserable, and then I just like accepted it.
There's a lot of guys that would
That's what
not be
that's-
entirely upset with a petite woman that's curvy.
That's what I thought.
Did I
thought
handle that well? Did I
curvy.
handle
No.
the curvy part?
Yeah,
well?
you-
I thought
yeah.
I handled that gracefully.
Huskadoo.
Way differently than I would if there was no microphone.
But then my thyroid evened out, and now I'm the way I am.
Yay.
Thank you. Thanks.
See, every story has a
But
happy
you're
ending.
beautiful no matter who or what you are.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
a strong jaw, but still it's nice.
George Gray has not aged one day since I met him. I swear to
You
God,
and I are
it's,
both doing well, aren't we? Because Lord
I
knows
am
it's
not. I am. It's starting to, this job, these jobs.
Like President Obama. He
Yeah,
looks a lot worse now.
it's starting to catch up with me. Like I can tell, and I look at George who comes bouncing in, and I'm like,
Dial soap, baby.
is that your secret? Dial soap on the face?
Dial soap if I need soap. That's
if.
lotion is gross and greasy. I literally wipe off as much of my makeup as I can, but like if I don't see it, then it must not be there. I go to sleep, and that's it. Yeah. You know what? If it's not clean living and pure thoughts, I have great genetics.
Yeah, because I can tell you it's not
That's
clean
awesome.
living
No.
or pure
No,
thoughts.
no, no, no,
just,
no, no,
just based on the
No.
two
But that's the
visuals
thing
that have flashed
is-
in your head with Beth.
That's just the a lot of times you can make yourself look better. You can help yourself look better. But a lot of times, unfortunately, it's what the
Yeah,
good
it's
Lord
so
gave
true.
you.
It's so true.
And you know, my mom and pop,
Good looking.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, because you're resilient. Your voice never gives up. It's amazing. Yeah, and now I've
I
changed
thought
you.
after Austin it was gonna because I didn't have a microphone.
So you were
And
just
so I
screaming?
was shouting,
Screaming that.
But, you know, it was fun. I was glad to do it. But yeah, it bounced right back.
Unbelievable.
I had a cigar
Very,
and it came back.
the very resilient, a person that does more damage to his body than anyone I've ever met.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, on purpose. Like, yeah, this is a guy who's working based on his voice right now and blows it out with cigars. I mean, yesterday, if it had been me, or no, I'm sorry, Sunday, if it had been me, I'd have been like, okay, I'm gonna not yell. I'm gonna need a PA system because I don't want to blow out my voice for Monday. And I can just see George like, hey,
Yeah.
everybody, welcome
Oh,
to
yeah.
Price is Right. To all 500 people that came through, you
That's
gave them
what
the full thing.
happened. That's right.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, my
Happy
brother.
birthday.
Very,
So
very
exciting.
fun. I'm looking forward to a party at your house soon. Because
You
George,
just had another baby.
which is why I'm looking
He
forward
needs
to a
a party.
party at
When
your
you
house.
had two
very soon.
babies, you could not.
No,
come
it's
visit
true.
the
My
house.
life is-
You now have 3 babies.
My life is not my own. It's not at all. But you do throw great parties.
I would love you.
Beth, if you ever get invited to a George Gray party,
Yeah.
nudge, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, George.
Yeah.
You should
get-
invite
get that
Beth.
rash
She's a
cleared
good
up,
time.
You're in.
Yeah, they do
Just
a
sitting on my furniture.
Talk
No,
to me
they-
in about
they-
3 days.
they do a black light check on you.
for rashes.
Yeah, just for really anything.
For really anything.
Because it's his house. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, happy birthday, Beth.
Yep.
Congratulations on your continued success. I'm very, very proud of you and your jawbones. That was Randumb.